After their hard-fought victory against Vecna, the Hawkins gang, along with their new allies, Animal, cmoves, and Sonny, scrambled to escape the crumbling Upside Down. Time was slipping away. 11, pushing her powers to their absolute limit, managed to find one last fluctuating gate, a shimmering, unstable tier between worlds. It was their only way back to Hawkins. One by one, they plunged through the portal, emerging onto the familiar, albeit shaken, ground of their hometown, exhausted, covered in grime, but alive. A wave of relief washed over them. But just as Animal, cmoves, the clever border collie, was about to leap through the last shimmering remnant of the gate, a dark, shadowy tendril shot out from the closing rift. It coiled around him like a snake, yanking him back with terrifying force. Vecna, though weakened, wasn't finished. With a final surge of psychic energy, he dragged Animal, cmoves back into the Upside Down as the portal snapped shut, leaving a stunned and horrified silence in its wake. Sonny and the others could only watch as their friend was pulled into a distorted, nightmarish abyss. Sonny, the loyal white staffy, let out a heart-wrenching whine. His best friend was gone. He clawed and barked frantically at the spot where the gate had been, but it was just solid air now. It was hopeless. But then, through a faint, residual psychic echo left by the portal, Sonny caught a terrifying glimpse of Animal. Cmoves, trapped and unresponsive in a horrifying dream-like state, a wave of fierce determination washed over him. Ordinary methods wouldn't work. With a resolute bark that echoed with courage, Sonny made a choice. He focused his inner light, a desperate, brilliant burst of energy, and tore open a new, temporary pathway right into the heart of the darkness. Without a moment's hesitation, he leaped through, throwing himself back into the Upside Down to save his friend. Sonny landed in a bizarre, swirling landscape. This wasn't the Upside Down he knew. This was Vecna's dream realm, a prison built from Animal, cmoves' own mind. The air was thick with a surreal mix of cherished memories twisted into grotesque forms and deep-seated fears made real. A familiar park bench would melt into a monstrous shape, the scent of a favorite treat would turn sour and menacing, illusory obstacles and shadowy manifestations of dread rose up to block his path, but Sonny was undeterred. He pushed forward, his light powers flaring, cutting through the illusions like a beacon in the fog. He followed the faint, desperate pulse of his friend's presence, finally finding Animal, cmoves floating in the center of the swirling chaos, his eyes vacant, completely lost in the nightmare Vecna had crafted for him. Sonny barked, a sound filled with unwavering loyalty and love. He nudged his friend, his radiant light washing over. Animal, cmoves, a warm, pure energy that fought against the cold darkness of Vecna's influence. It was enough. The light broke through the psychic chains, jolting Animal, cmoves back to consciousness. He shook his head, the fog clearing from his eyes as he saw Sonny by his side. They were reunited. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with. Simaz's quick thinking and agility combined with Sonny's brilliant light. They fought back against the remaining dream manifestations, a whirlwind of coordinated attacks and defensive flares, battling their way out of the collapsing dream realm. In the distance, they saw it, a faint glimmer, a tiny tear that led back to the real world. They burst through the exit, finding themselves not in the Upside Down, but back in Hawkins. They were safe, but stranded, their own world now impossibly far away. Animal, cmoves, using a series of barks and gestures, with Sonny helping to project images with his light, explained the world jumper device that had brought them here. 11 and Dustin were immediately fascinated. The idea of interdimensional travel, engineered not by a lab but by a dog, was mind-blowing. The entire gang jumped into action. Mike, Lucas, and Max scavenged for parts. Steve, Nancy, and Robin used their resourcefulness to find everything on the list. They worked tirelessly, a montage of collaboration and genius. Sparks flew as they combined their knowledge of physics, electronics, and the upside-down strange energy with animal.cmoves' incredible engineering intellect. Piece by piece, a new, more stable world jumper device took shape. The moment of farewell was bittersweet. The Hawkins gang had faced the impossible with these two canine heroes. There were hugs, scratches behind the ears, and a shared, silent understanding of the bond they had forged in the face of darkness. With a final look of gratitude, animal.cmoves and Sonny stood before the newly built device. With a shared nod, they activated it. A stable, swirling vortex of light opened before them. They took a deep breath and stepped through, ready for the journey home, their next great adventure waiting in the unknown. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more adventures. See you next time.